And frankly, the forensic inconsistencies in that last case were just insulting. You can't just wipe fingerprints off porous wood. I don't care what your cousin Vinny saw online.
Forget the wood. Can we talk about losing 2 kids? 2, from the same family, at the same creepy summer camp, 14 years apart. What is this? A subscription service for vanishing rich kids?
All right, settle down. That is the hook for this week's case file, listeners. We're diving into The God of the Woods by Liz Moore, set in 1975, Adirondacks. Very atmospheric, apparently.
Atmospheric? It's a summer camp owned by snooty rich people where kids disappear. It's not atmospheric, it's negligent homicide waiting to happen. Probably did happen. Twice, and the family name? Van Laar. Sounds like somewhere you'd go to get your fancy cheese slice thin.
The central mystery, 13-year-old Barbara Van Laar vanishes from her bunk. This echoes the disappearance of her older brother from the same area 14 years prior. Never found. So we have a pattern or horrific coincidence.
Coincidence, my left foot. These Van Laars sound like trouble wrapped in cashmere. The summary says they were meticulous about anyone they brought into their life, and ruthless about those they excised. Excising people. Is that rich people code for burying bodies under the tennis court?
It implies they were controlling, which brings us to the suspects, or really, the entire ecosystem around this family. You've got the camp director, T.J. Hewitt, knows the woods. Maybe too well.
Oh, the woodsy guy. Always the quiet ones. Probably communes with squirrels who tell him where to hide the evidence. And what about the girl who found the empty bunk? Louise. Probably too busy braiding friendship bracelets to notice someone getting snatched. Useless.
The report says she was a young counselor, likely overwhelmed. But the key witness might be Tracy, Barbara's 12-year-old bunkmate. Insecure kid. Apparently someone mysterious led her out of the woods at some point. That detail is causing chaos online.
Led her out? Who? Bigfoot? The ghost of the first missing kid? Was it the camp director? See? Woodsy guy. And Barbara herself. Little Miss Punk Rock at summer camp? Cut-off shorts, army boots, honestly. Maybe she just ran away from all the forced cheerfulness and Lacoste shirts. I would.
Reviewers called her difficult, but also resourceful. It's a valid theory. But then there's Jadida, the investigator, one of New York's first female state troopers in '75, trying to crack this case while dealing with, let's be honest, a bunch of condescending.
Good for her. Probably the only one with a working brain cell in that whole town. But you know the old boys club probably just patted her on the head and told her not to worry her pretty little hay. Remember last week? You said Detective Miller was incompetent just because he missed the obvious shoe print. This is way worse. Jadida's dealing with actual sexism and missing kids.
I said Miller was tunnel-visioned, which he was. Jadida's challenge is navigating the powerful, secretive Van Laars. The mother, Alice, is described as drug-addled, grieving the first kid.
Drug-addled. See, rich people problems. Popping pills while the staff probably can't afford aspirin. And the dad, Peter II, let me guess, smokes cigars, talks down to everyone, probably calls Judita sweetheart. These people are practically screaming, we're hiding something. It's a dynasty of secrets.
Which brings us to the controversy. This book, it broke people, specifically the ending.
Don't get me started on the ending. I saw the reviews. People are either saying audible gasp, perfection, or get this quote, the stupidest ending I've encountered in my life? Stupidest. In their life. How do you even do that?
Well, some found it brilliant, unexpected. Others found it implausible, nonsensical. A total betrayal of the 500-plus pages they just slogged through.
500 pages? Are you kidding me? One reviewer literally screamed, "Shiver my timbers, this was one long ass book? Who has time for that? Especially if the ending makes you want to throw it into traffic. This book had no business being 500 pages long. No wonder the mom was on drugs."
Okay. The pacing is a major point of contention. Compelling slow burn versus slog. And the characters, complex and fascinating. Or flat plot vehicles. It's split right down the middle. Like that fake listener email we got, "Dear Crime Time Drive, I read God of the Woods and now I suspect my neighbor who waters his prize, winning roses at 3 a.m. Should I call the cops? Paranoid in Poughkeepsie."
Yes, call the cops, Poughkeepsie. Anyone watering roses at 3 a.m. is hiding something. Probably a Van Laar cousin. And what about this Tracy kid again? Who let her out of the woods? Does the book even answer that? People online are losing their minds.
That seems to be one of the ambiguities fueling the nonsensical ending. Complaints. Some reviewers felt key questions were left dangling or answered poorly. There's talk of implausibility, like one reviewer scoffing, "Nowhere can convince me a 14-year-old girl can live on an island by herself."
On an island? By herself? Was she secretly Bear Grylls in ripped stockings? That's not resourceful. That's insane. See, stupid. This is worse than that book where the killer turned out to be the narrator's imaginary friend. Remember how mad you got?
That was structurally unsound. This sounds like it might be deliberately provocative. Some reviews mention the F word airy of the characters.
The what? Oh yeah, the F word, airy. There you go. That's the perfect word for this whole mess. Rich people F word, airy. Covering things up, losing kids, probably blaming the poor camp counselors.
So, the big question was justice served, or just served cold by the Van Laar's influence? Did the ending provide a satisfying resolution, even if controversial, or was it a massive cop-out?
Total cop-out. 500 pages for that. If this Judita investigated my stolen garden would she conclude it emigrated to Belize? Ridiculous.
All right, verdict time. Despite the passionate reactions to the ending and the length, some praised the writing, the atmosphere, the exploration of class dynamics.
Blah blah. Atmosphere doesn't find missing kids.
I'm giving it 3 out of 5 tainted trust funds. Points for the intriguing setup and the 70s setting, but docked hard for apparently fumbling the landing so badly it caused reader riots.
Riots are putting it mildly. I give it 1 out of 5 empty bunks. And that 1 point is only because the idea of a punk rock girl terrifying preppy campers is kind of funny. Otherwise, garbage. Long, pretentious garbage with a stupid ending. Don't waste your time! Read the online spoilers and save yourself 500 pages of misery.
Strong words. As always. All right, you delinquents, that's all the time we have for this descent into Adirondack angst.
Yeah. Next week, we're tackling a case about a chef who only kills food critics with poisoned artisanal cheese. Or something. I didn't really read the file.
Of course you didn't. Tune in next time for more questionable analysis and outright yelling right here on Crime Time Drive.